Hello and welcome to Ru-minations. I am your host, Ryan, with
Marita!
And we are so excited to have you back for our 7th installment of Ru-minations and Drag Race Episode 5. Also, for those of you who tuned in last week to Ru-minations, huge shout out to Finn. Hilarious, such a sweetie. And thank you so much for filling in for me, Finn. It was a treat to have you on the show. This was an interesting week on VH1 where we're talking about the Kardashians.
Yeah.
Let's glorify the Kardashians.
Oh, yeah.
More.
I mean, they deserve everything.
Everything. They've worked so hard.
They really have.
So much talent.
So much booty.
We got a really fun performance out of it.
We did. That was such a cool musical.
Yeah.
I watched it with my mom and she was like, is this really a musical? Is there really a Kardashian musical? I was like, no, Mom. It's just RuPaul's Drag Race. It was very funny.
Would she pay to go see a Kardashian musical?
I think so. Probably. Yeah.
You hear that, Ru? Mm-hmm. We had some interesting performances in this one. There were some that were better than others, we can agree. But best performance for me came from Shea Coulee performing Black China. Hilarious.
So good.
She had like this much time on stage and that's all she needed to tear it up. Oh my God, when she dropped, bam, into my heart. She just dropped into my heart. Non-stop. Who was your favorite performance?
My fave performance came from Alexis Michelle as Kris Jenner. The thing that I loved about it was that even when the focus was not on her, like let's say all the sisters were dancing and she was off to the side being momager, she was still completely in character and doing funny reactions to the other performers. So I felt like she really turned it out and kind of threw some shade in terms of her casting for the other people, Cynthia Lee Fontaine.
Sorry about it.
So I think she killed that whole challenge. I think she did great.
She really did. And it seems strategic where she was placing people.
For sure.
Sabotaging a certain Nina Bonina, Bader Ginsburg Brown.
God, what? Did you really? I did. Oh. I just thought she would kill it.
I think she did too.
But also, yeah, Nina is a mopey babe.
Yeah, and I'm kind of joking that I don't think Alexis was trying to sabotage Nina herself. I think Nina was maybe taking that a little personally.
For sure.
Love you, Nina.
I love you so much. You commented on my joke. Runway, at least it was longer this time.
Yeah, by like a second each.
Yeah, but
still not long enough.
Anyway, what's your favorite runway moment?
Sasha, hands down. Her Ukrainian Cossack dancer, and she could actually do it when she was exiting. That was so exciting. But the fur looked great. The cut of the shirt looked wonderful. It was kind of a cool contemporary take on it. And that hat. I lived for it. And her makeup looked amazing.
She had the freckles, the cute freckles and untucked.
Yeah.
She looked great.
It was pretty fresh. How about yours?
Shea Coulee. I just thought she brought like the funky, happy vibe with the, like if you're going to have a fake fur challenge, you might as well be a Muppet. And she was like this cool, artsy Muppet.
Yes.
So I thought she was great.
If only we had gotten to see James Mansfield's whimsical Muppet. If only.
I literally forgot that she existed.
Sorry.
Okay.
But Shea Coulee did kill it.
Right?
That looked so cool. Oh my God, and those like teal peacock tights that came all the way up from the boot.
Boot.
Yep.
Least fave runway moment for me was for sure Trinity looking like an Urban Outfitters Halloween costume of cultural appropriation. Just like the feathers and the nose piercing that went to her ear and the tribal makeup. And it was unclear what tribe she was representing, but I can assure you it was not hers.
It was an interesting move. There were some parts of it that I thought were executed really well. The charred fingers looked so freaking cool. And the nose piercing chain all the way up to the ear. I was impressed by it. And the fit of it looked great. But yeah, when you add on a kind of social commentary to it. It's uncomfortable on like a scale of 1 to white girl at Coachella. It was a little
It was like
danger
a
zone.
95,
Ooh.
which is beyond the scale. In case that wasn't clear.
You broke the Richter.
You really did.
Trinity.
I was not impressed.
Yeah.
I screamed at the TV. My mom didn't really understand. She's still learning, but yeah.
She's just waiting to get to the musical part.
Yeah,
She's
my
so
mom's
excited.
like, but what about the Kardashian musical? Not my fave.
Yeah. I
Do
concur.
better, Trinity. Okay.
Who was your read of the week?
My read of the week was Sasha Velour in the room where they were all getting ready and they were like making quips about it was after the eating disorder conversation, and she just said,
This is RuPaul's best group therapy, Ray.
and I just thought that was so funny because seriously, like this season, VH1 took RuPaul's Drag Race and turned it into like couples therapy, but with like drag queen sister wives. Like it's like all of a sudden it's like an after school special where we have to, now we're talking about AIDS. Now we're talking about eating disorders. What? Like all of those
Don't
things
forget
are
Pulse.
great. Yeah.
Gotta throw it in.
All of those things are so great. And also I'm like, this is the formula now. Now is the moment where we get somber and we talk about something important.
When it's organic and it comes up naturally,
Right.
it's so much more authentic and it's more impactful for viewers.
For sure.
Because it makes more sense. But then when people are just throwing it in like, the producer just told me to apologize to you about
Thank you.
eating disorders.
That's seriously what it looked like. And that moment too was when, like last week, I knew Charlie was going home because we had a lot of Charlie time. And this time it was like, Eureka's apologizing to make things look nice because they're going to send her home because she has a broken knee. Like, it just feels super predictable and I feel over it.
Contrived.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's still important to have those conversations like you said,
Yeah.
but make it real.
But give us the glitz, you know? What's your read?
My read of the week was a read that was stupid. Like, why was it even in there? Alexis had this moment where she's like, hey, everybody else, why didn't you tell me my outfit was broken? This is your fault that I haven't won this challenge. She was still on top. Like, she knew she got all these great critiques and she'd done an awesome job, obviously, in the performance. But that outfit, like, because she just lacked the moment, that skill to just take a second and say, maybe I should change my dress or upgrade it a little bit. She's blaming other people for not fixing it.
Other people in a competition. You're in a competition. Why are you going to rely on your competitors to tell you what you're doing wrong? Also, I wore that same dress in 7th grade. So, like, amp it up a little bit, you know?
Marita, I need to go rehearse for my runway, so I'm just going to...
No, I'm not done with you.
Okay. I'll stick around.
Thanks.
It was so terrible.
So
and
bad.
then I was so glad that Peppermint, in a very diplomatic way, I will say, said, I wasn't comfortable giving you that critique because I wasn't necessarily comfortable with my own outfit. Like, in essence, I had my own job to do.
Yeah.
I'm worried about my own shit.
Stop being so codependent. Maybe we'll bring that up on our next after school spesh.
But Eureka's not here to apologize for it.
True.
They'll ask Nina to say, tell me more about your codependence.
God.
Alexis.
It's time for the money shot.
Bam.
What's your money shot, Ryan?
My money shot was an exciting moment where we finally got 2 things back. Number 1, mini challenges.
Yeah!
Where have you been, VH1? Oh, I'm so glad to have those back.
Right?
And it was cute. It was, kind of easy, but...
Pit crew.
Number 2, the pit crew is back.
Uh-huh.
And this thirst is strong. Parched. So Aja wins the money shot from that, like, lap angle selfie that she took.
Blowy angle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's call it what it is.
Truth talking.
I've been in that position many times.
Yeah. God love you. And it worked out really well for Aja. Although she didn't win, she still got some numbers
Yeah.
from some pit crew members after that.
For sure.
Who was your money shot?
My money shot was Peppermint as Britney Spears.
Oh,
At first when she was cast as Britney Spears, I was like, well, that was weird. But then she came out in that nude bodysuit with all the rhinestones, and she just like twirled her hair around and was like, I'm Britney, bitch. It was so good.
She killed it.
Yeah, I loved it.
That one shot of her just like mid head tilt, hair strewn across her face.
What was that word you just said?
Strewn? 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 Tantamount.
Tantamount.
Soggy bottom.
Chocolate starfish.
Chocolate starfish.
Chocolate
We haven't talked
starfish.
about buttholes yet this episode. Maybe we should throw that in there. Who was a real butthole? Alexis acted like a butthole.
That's my noise about Alexis Michelle. I couldn't deal with it. Okay.
Farrah was acting like a bit of a butthole too. She put the moan in pheromone. She lived up to her name. Let's just recap some of her sounds that she made in this episode alone. She did like a... and then she did... And then the final one, my favorite, was when Eureka was told that she was going home and Farrah was told that she was staying. The gasp heard round the world. She just did this like... I had no idea that little body could make such a big noise.
Oh.
Yeah, she's moaning
She is.
a lot. Eureka going home.
Yeah, that was obviously going to happen. Just like the moment I saw the crutch pulled out on the work table, I was like, oh, well, Eureka's gone.
Bye. But it's not so you think you can dance. Like, I still thought maybe an injured person could still make it through.
Right.
So do you think that Eureka knew that she was going home?
Yes,
Yeah.
I do. I mean, I think it was definitely a conversation that the doctors had with her. And yeah, I think she knew. I don't think her reaction on the main stage didn't read to me as that upset. And I think she would have been more upset if she knew. Didn't know.
Whether she had been told or not, it seemed like at the very least, part of her was expecting that moment.
I mean, TBH, I'm not looking forward to Eureka on season 10. I'm kind of over her.
Oh,
I mean,
you
even
were such
though
a fan of her.
I was, and then she shat on it with being kind of a mean person. And like, I mean, she apologized this time, but again, it felt so manufactured that I'm like, all right.
I have something to say, but I'm going to wait my turn and abide by the rules that we all agreed upon. I just want to be seen as polite. May I speak? I'll be back for season 10, y'all. She was...
Also, she could not stop talking in that car. She was just like,
I know.
like, she was like, Tennessee, I'm on my way. Okay, honeys. Like, she just kept talking.
But on the way to Tennessee, I'm going to drive through Nebraska. I'll see you there too. And maybe Oklahoma. She did not stop.
No, she just kept talking. She's probably still talking.
She's probably still on the way home.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining this week's Ru-minations on Jet Space Magazine. This episode has been brought to you by AIDS Healthcare Foundation, providing cutting-edge medicine and advocacy, regardless of ability to pay. It's been so much fun. I'm Ryan.
I'm Marita.
And make sure to click that like button, subscribe, and share this with all your friends. We love you.
Bye.